So when we were at the farmer's market, I met some pretty awesome people, the Lances, the Lillys, the Neggies, and more. And I looked at corn and peppers and that beautiful cauliflower, but this pepper intrigued me. It's new to me. So anytime I have a new pepper, I kind of want to do a little exploration. Remember we talked about where that shoulder of the pepper is. If I cut across there, I'll be able to get those seeds out, and it's inside the seeds in the white part of the pepper. That's where most of the heat is carried. But I'm going to do a little investigation. I'm going to make a thin slice that includes the white part where all the oleoresins are. Those are the volatiles that make this hot. I'm going to smell it. I can usually smell if something's hot, and I can smell it. This has got a pepper bite that I know when I put this in my mouth. Probably not a good decision, but let's see. That's hot. My mouth is burning, my tongue's on fire, and I know that this pepper for most people will probably more than they can handle. But I'm going to put it in my salsa. To tame it down, I will cut these peppers and the vein inside there. Now I'll give this a fine mince so you never get one big bite in your mouth. But that's one of the things you can do with peppers to see how spicy they are. Make a smaller cut than I did. Put it in your mouth and see what the burn is. It won't kill you, unless it's a reaper, but that's not a reaper. I'm gonna get some water and I'll be right back. I'm ready. Okay, so I tasted that pepper. It is pretty peppery, so for those folks that don't like spicy foods, I'm going to cut the little veins out of there and the seeds. Now what I'm going to do is using my knife, again remember I hold the knife with my thumb and my forefinger at the base of the blade, my other three fingers here, and I'm going to curl my knuckles in to give a guide for my knife so I don't cut my fingers, and then I'm just going to go thinly like this. The skin of this pepper is pretty firm, so I'm going to get very small slices, similar to a julienne here, and I'm going to get those, then go against the perpendicular there to get a small dice. That means we won't get a big bite of pepper, but we'll have a small amount of pepper interspersed throughout the salad. I'll just prep this up now. Okay, so we have a very small dice on those peppers. Add those to the tomatoes and the onions that are soaking in there with the lime. I'm going to add this cilantro to the mix as well. Some people don't like cilantro and they ask, can you put something like parsley in here? Normally I would say yes, but in this recipe, it almost always calls for cilantro. So if you need to omit it, do it. It has a good flavor just by itself, but I think cilantro adds that authentic Latin American spice and flavor, and just this sharp little green bite to the background of the acid and other things that are in here, like the tomatoes, the peppers, the onions. And look what happens as I start stirring that all together. Much like our Mediterranean salad last week, this has just a lot of pop, a little bit of bite from the peppers. And if you want to add more bite, you can put another pepper or two in there, or you can put them on the side with a little bit of lime juice and serve those for those people that like to take the spice level up another notch. But look at that. I can smell everything that's in there, and you'll notice what's missing from last week's salad was garlic, and this week no garlic in here. This is just lime, onions, peppers, tomatoes, cilantro. Now I'm going to hit it with a little bit of salt and pepper, adjust for flavor, and see if we need anything else, like trucks. It'd be nice if those trucks stopped to see what was going on. We could sell them some ice cream or some beef, or we could have them try the peppers, locally grown, local fire.